Boo boo boo. Boo 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 boo. Bo
Oh
bo
god,
bo bo bo.
this cheese is disgusting. Oh,
Hello and welcome to the Basher and Dmon podcast.
hi.
With me, Bashabo, and him, Dmon.
Yay. Let me start this off by saying I am a horrible person. And if you don't know why I'm a horrible person, look at Apparent Abridged for the
Well,
video titled I am a horrible person. Don't watch it if you haven't seen Ed Otama. Go watch Ed Otama because that show's good. Anyway.
Are you happy with your free self-selling there?
It's technically Aiden's channel, so I'm not self-selling.
I love how. So I have my channel, right?
Right.
And loads of my content I've recorded recently has got Maya in it.
Right.
Then we have this channel, which is supposed to be both our channels, and I do all the work.
Yeah,
And then
because I
you've
can't be
got,
trusted.
and then you've got Aiden's channel.
Where I do all the work.
Yeah. So this is what's gonna happen. Maya's gonna start her channel, and Aiden's gonna do all the work. Confirmed.
I don't know if I'm subscribed to Aiden's actual channel. I should probably get on that. It's just song covers though, so I don't care.
Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna do this weekly thing of the bullshit things that just happened in WWE. So we had Brock Lesnar break the small guy's arm and then suplex another small guy into a car. That was pretty fun. I wish you got the two axes out, right, to destroy the car, and I wish you just walked down the ring with the axes. Like, I've gone full psycho. I'm just gonna kill you all with axes.
My god, one of our internet's broken. I'm not entirely sure whose it was.
It's not mine.
I can
Looks
even-
all suspicious like.
What are you doing?
Nothing? Why?
I don't know.
You sound fine on mine, so doesn't
Well,
matter. I'm the
that's
one
all-
who's recording.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Also, Cesaro should have totally beaten John Cena. That's all I'm saying. Should we do the weekly anime news?
And by anime news, I hope you mean I'm going to gush about anime.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like this podcast now has like a routine. We have a terrible intro.
Alright.
I talk about WWE for like 2 minutes. Then we talk about anime and gaming for the rest of the hour.
Okay.
I'm gonna put on my fedora.
Ugh.
There we go.
So, I've watched a bunch of summer shows so far that have 1 or 2 episodes, and all of them are great so far. I'm gonna go down my list. So I watched the 2 episodes of Shimoseka, which his full name is A Boring World Where the Concept of Dirty Jokes Doesn't Exist. It is awesome, and it's a comment on censorship and stuff, and it is heavily censored, so it is funny.
Okay.
What's next? Ushio and Tora, which is, I think it's a manga from the 90s, but they like made it into an anime now, so it's like, it's a lot like Bleach and stuff.
Okay.
It's got a lot of like Bleach vibes and like a lot of just like really old shonen vibes, and it is awesome because when the main character like powers up, he just like grows a bunch of hair, and it's amazing. Next, a show called Himoto Umari-chan, which is about this girl who's like the perfect student. She like gets perfect scores in everything. She's super athletic. She's liked by everybody, and she's apparently really pretty. But as soon as she goes home, she transforms into her true self, which is a super lazy, boring, whiny otaku that lives with her big brother and is always complaining and never does anything for herself, and it's really funny.
What if all girls are secretly like that? We know
don't-
your secrets! Women. Am I
next,
right?
Dragon Ball
Is that a
Super.
sexist comment?
That was a sexist comment. Dragon Ball Super. It's Dragon Ball.
That's all you need to know. Should I confirm the new series or not? Or shall I wait till the end of the podcast?
Now seems like a good time to talk about
Okay,
that.
so mostly because of internet problems and all sorts of things. I've been having problems with quoting the best place on Aberrant Bridge. So, for the next, well, whenever it finishes, this series, every Wednesday now on Aberrant Abridged, I will be doing a Dragon Ball Super Roundup, which will be me talking for 5-10 minutes about the newest episode of Dragon Ball Super, and why it was awesome, and I think it'll definitely be a series if you're watching it weekly. If you haven't watched the episode, don't watch it, because it'll be all spoilers.
This will be... If you do this week's, then there'll be 99 episodes.
This Wednesday coming, I'm gonna upload both the first and second episode.
So 100 episodes.
Yeah.
Sweet. Next is Monster Musame no Iro Nishijo, which translates to Everyday Life of Monster Girls.
Oh! Is that the one with the snake girl with red hair?
That's the one with the snake girl with red hair.
Isn't that an ecchi when she got massive boobs?
It is an ecchi, and that is a true fact, but it is really awesome, and I don't know why, but it is just great. It's like, I don't know. I expected it to have like a stupid story, but the story's pretty good so far. There's only one episode. And I think each episode will center on a different person. A different girl. But with the same male main character.
Okay.
So yeah. But it might turn into a harem, I'm not sure. If it does,
I think it turns into a harem.
Probably. Next is Wakaba Girl, which is a slice
You have
of
way
life.
too much free time.
I have way too much free time. It is a slice of life where the main character is the rich girl who is never the main character, and it's 7 minutes an episode, and it's pretty funny. It's not too outstanding. Next is a show called Gate, which is about this man who is a self-proclaimed otaku, like super otaku. He says he works to support his hobby. He prefers his hobby over everything else. He's out one day to find well, because it's like a Doujin festival or something, Doujinshi festival, and this structure appears in the middle of town, and out of it come a bunch of like orcs and Roman-esque soldiers, and they just start slaughtering innocent people. And so he goes down and like just beats the shit out of a few of them, and like commands the police what to do until the army shows up.
Wow.
And then he gets instantly promoted to a second lieutenant of the army from nothing, and based on his bravery and stuff. So he has to join the army, and then they go into the gate to see this like fantasy world. It's really good because it's Romans versus modern military. There's like just a part where they're like all like surrounding them's like, we have the advantage, we have 100,000 men, they have like 30, and they just all die.
Is there a bit where he's giving a speech to younger army men?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, I really wanted to make a video where it's just him going, right, maggots, we're gonna fight those Romans, and we're gonna win. Sir? Yes, maggot! What gives you the right to command us? What do you mean, maggot? Well, this is your first day and you're a second lieutenant. What did you do to actually earn the position? I watched a lot of anime!
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much the whole series.
Next is a show called Roka, which is a fantasy action about
Madoku.
every 300 years the demon god awakens, and the goddess of fate chooses 6 of the strongest warriors and sends them out to put them back to sleep. And this follows the self-proclaimed strongest man in the world as he interrupts the holy tournament to decide who's going to be the strongest, and he gets arrested indefinitely. But then he becomes one of the 6, and so he's let out and goes to fight, and stuff happens. So far, there's not much So yeah, it's pretty good so far. Next is Charlotte, which is a show about a dude who finds out that he can possess people, but for no longer than 5 seconds at a time. And so he uses this power to get like everything that he wants. So like he gets into this really prestigious school, and he like just manipulates everybody. Then something happens in the first episode that like changes all that and like gets rid of stuff. Watch it and find out because it's great. And finally, my wife is a student council president. Mainly only watching this because it's the only thing that Crunchyroll will ever stream uncensored. It's pretty boring but pretty great at the same time. Watch it if you want.
I think later I might watch some animes just because they're coming out weekly.
Yep.
Okay, I might just like spam some out. Just watch a couple of. Is Crunchyroll on the PS4? I know it's on Wii U, but is it on PS4?
Probably.
I would go check, but recently when I turned my PS3 on, my internet has just declined.
Actually,
I think
it is on. It is
okay,
on.
good.
I remember somebody saying.
Okay, good.
Obviously, this isn't everything that's come out this season. I've skipped over a bunch of stuff that isn't on Crunchyroll and isn't high enough on my priority list to watch it right now.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
that's all the anime stuff. So, pretty much.
Yeah, just something that kind of annoyed me. So just 'cause I'm throwing Kebby up in the air like I just don't care. So what was I gonna say? So my grandparents came back from holiday yesterday. That's why we're recording this podcast on a Sunday and not a Saturday night. But so they didn't get us anything from holiday. So they went, "Oh, we're just gonna give you £15 money, just cause." And I went, "Oh yeah, I can go buy another amiibo." My mum just went, "You're not buying another amiibo." I was like, "No." And then we walked around Matalan, and my government's like, "Oh, do you want us to buy this shirt as your present?" I was like, "No, presents are supposed to be fun. A shirt is not fun."
Wow, you're ungrateful.
So I have a shirt.
You're an ungrateful bitch.
Did you not just hear me go? So I now have a shirt.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I didn't get it. I didn't get the shirt as a present. It was like £3, and my mum wants me to buy more shirts. That's why I now own another fedora. I tip my fedora. Should we talk about the games we've been playing this week? Even though it sounds like you've been doing nothing but watch anime.
Sure.
Been playing more Fire Emblem Awakening, which is getting more and more fun. What was this? There was one bit where my character had something like 2%, life yet left. There's one bit I just defeated Marth. I'm barely through the game. You know, I'm only on like chapter 5.
Yeah.
And I did that bit where you have to defeat Marth, but it's in the context. It's in like a training tournament bit. But
right.
My archer died, so I don't know if he's now permanently dead or not, because it was like it wasn't like a proper fight. So I feel like I should go check that.
Maybe.
I'm trying to think what else I've been playing. Been playing some Trials Fusion, which is great. Love that game. I nearly finished that game, you know.
Cool.
That's how good I am at that game. What else have I been playing? I'm kind of excited to play. This is on PS4 and PlayStation Plus. Drive Clubs finally came out, so I'll be able to talk about that next week. But also that I can't remember what it's called. It's on PC, and I keep seeing it on sale loads. It's like something Master of Sticks. I'm gonna look it up on my phone while we talk. What have you been playing this week?
I played a little bit of Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds. And by a little bit, I mean I played it for like 5 minutes, and I used an ultimate attack, and so many enemies died that the game crashed.
Wow.
So I gave up then. Played a bunch of Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1. That game is fun, but also boring. I've got to the point where my body is entirely goddesses, so...
It's called Stick Master of Shadows, and you like looks like you play some goblin, and it's
Oh yeah.
developed by Cyanide, and it's
So
on.
I'd say cyanide, and you're just stupid.
It's not cyanide. It's not spelled like that.
Stick.
I don't actually know what this game is. I keep seeing it loads though, and I might just go quickly like on silent on my phone, watch a video of it.
And there's that.
Can't think what else was on PlayStation Plus. It was a kind of a week month, really.
That does say cyanide. You are stupid.
It's not. It's
Cyanide. Cyanide Studio.
Cyanide is spelled Cyanacide.
Cyanide.
Go look it up. I'm sure it's. Oh god.
It doesn't matter if that's how it's normally spelled. That's what it says here.
I accidentally just clicked a video called Cena Fight.
Well done.
But no.
Yeah, that's how you spell cyanide. Cyanide.
It isn't.
It is.
Go
I
look,
just looked it up.
Cyanide is spelled Cyna.
No, it's an. I'm looking it up.
Okay, you are right.
You are an idiot. Why would it be cyanide? Cyanides. Anyway, you're an idiot.
Go take some cyanide.
Wow.
I'm sorry. So something I nearly bought it. Wow, this game came out in 2014. PlayStation Magazine this month. It literally was. I looked at it in Morrison's or something today, and it was just there was like the 50 top games from E3 that you have to play on PlayStation 4, man.
Why is Sonic presenting this?
Sonic now on the PlayStation 4. So this trailer I'm currently watching is supposedly from Xbox, and it says gameplay, and it's totally not gameplay.
Ow, your foot's way too close to your mic.
What's... Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, this... It's quite obviously a stealth game where you're like a goblin. But...
Yeah.
The way he's moving and the way he's holding his knife, it reminds me of Assassin's Creed.
The pinnacle of stealth games.
Yep. In other news, so Game are doing like a summer 20 sale for Xbox One and PS4 games.
Right.
I was just laughing at some of the games that are currently on sale, because it's like Unity's like £15, and so's Destiny. Yeah, that made me laugh a lot. So that's pre-owned. I think it's £20 normal. But like, imagine now if you go and trade in Destiny, it's like 10 quid.
Wow.
Just remind you, the two big games I got for my birthday last night were Destiny and Hyrule Warriors. Destiny is now £20. Hyrule Warriors is still £40. All I'm saying. That's why Hyrule Warriors was on my top 5 games of the year, and Destiny was not. God, I love Hyrule Warriors. I can't wait to play that on 3DS. Can we talk about Nintendo now?
You should buy the Hyrule Warriors DLC, yes.
Oh god, so what, we can finally do that?
Yeah.
And now we can record it properly, because now we can edit the video properly and make it look better.
Yeah, we can get rid of all the times we fail.
Ah, you're so funny. You didn't fail that often. Failed like twice.
Yeah, but the DLC is like quite difficult.
Nah. What was I?
I still haven't finished the DLC.
So, we were having this whole debate earlier in the week about why the Wii U was so like, well, it's not bad, it's just not great.
It's because Nintendo's out of it.
But I don't know how they've gone so wrong.
Because it's stupid and run. I don't know. I think either their shareholders are less in touch with the industry than other companies, or they let their shareholders do too much, or like let their shareholders show too much, I should say.
I don't know what it is. It kind of feels like they're trying to be too creative
Mm.
in a way of. So we had the GameCube, which was very like other consoles at the time. It was like a normal, like it wasn't a normal controller. It was quite big and that sort of thing. And then we went to the Wii, which was completely different to anything we'd ever had. And so then it's the same with the Wii U. That's very different with the gamepad.
Yeah, and like, apparently in the new Star Fox you can't turn off motion controls.
Oh no! Hate motion controls. I'm probably gonna buy an Oculus or whichever is the best that comes out for PC. But I'm not buying the controller. Fuck that shit. That's not what I'm waiting for the day that they realise we don't particularly want motion controls. Like,
I think it's more of a thing of, doesn't matter if nobody wants it, people have it now, they don't have a choice, and we may as well do something with this thing that we've got. As nobody else is going to. Because it's a new thing, so it's hard to code for if you didn't invent the thing. You know?
yeah. I don't know. I think the Wii. The reason the Wii did so well was because it came out and it wasn't like. It did so much. Like, you gotta admit, the Wii didn't have. I feel like it didn't have loads and loads and loads of titles that were like massively. I don't know what I want to say here. Like, obviously it had its usual stuff, but it was like. I don't know what I think about the Wii.
I feel,
looking back,
personally,
comparing the Wii and the Wii U, I don't think it had a lot of massive titles that are much different to the Wii U.
I
Do you know what I
feel
mean?
like the Wii did so well because it was rarer slightly at the beginning of its life. So people wanted it because there was less of them. Then over time there was more and more of them.
When Wii U
Everybody
came
got
out,
one.
when the Wii U came out, it was the exact same. Remember, I told you this when we went in Newcastle to get mine at HMV because my mum had pre-ordered it from there for some odd reason.
Alright.
And they went. We got a phone call 2 days earlier saying you've got to come pick it up on Sunday, I think it was, or Friday or whatever. And they went, if you don't, we are going to sell it, right? That's how the thing was. I had the same problem on PS4, but anyway. And then. And then when we got it, they were like, "Oh yeah, watch when you're walking around Newcastle with it," because we've been told people are mugging people for them.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they came out,
But
and then it came out properly.
but like, people are like always gonna go after like new consoles, whether they're rare or not, like in a mugging way, because
In a mugging way.
And how long, like, when did the? I don't know, but I don't know.
What you can ask?
It's like I'm not sure, but it's like, I feel like it was more of a. There was also the fact that people thought that the Wii U was just an extension for the Wii because Nintendo is stupid at naming. So like when the Wii happened, people like nobody had one, so everybody wanted one. Plus the fact that they were pretty rare at the start means that more people wanted one. But then when people thought that the Wii U was just an add-on, nobody wanted one because they were like, oh, we can just do without that.
I don't see a point with it was an add-on because.
It's because it looks quite. Well, it doesn't look. It looks slightly similar to the Wii. Plus, they advertised the gamepad a lot, so a lot of people thought that it was just the gamepad that you plugged, like, connected to the Wii.
I was going to make the point that I realised, like, that with the name of Wii, like Wii and then Wii U, that was add-on, and I was thinking, when um when the NES and the SNES came out, was like, how did that not affect that? But then I was thinking, oh wait, we were at this point where Nintendo pretty much, except for against Sega, ruled the market.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was. I think it's an advertising thing as well. There was
Yeah.
a lot of problems with the Wii U's advertising.
Yeah.
The point, I feel like a lot of people make the point of the Wii was also advertised not just like a gaming console.
Oh yeah, is it like a yeah.
But my argument always to this is so people go, oh, stuff like Wii Fit sold the Wii, right? My argument that is, so the Wii came out in 2005, yeah?
Right.
Around the same time as the 360 and the PS3. And the 360 and PS3 at launch completely shit themselves up because they were stupidly expensive. Wasn't the PS3 at one point like 600 quid at launch? Or something stupid like that. It was really expensive on launch. But, like, without looking it up, I've just looked it up just to check. When do you think Wii Fit came out?
1 sec.
Oh, I'm all alone. I'm all alone, and I'm by myself. Someone interrupted this podcast, and I'm not particularly happy at that. Well, this is quite awkward, indeedly.